everyone, and welcome to the stream. It's me, Decaf Jedi, and I'm here tonight with one of my favorite games of all time. We're going to be playing Space Quest 3, the Pirates of Pestulon. That's right, Space Quest month continues. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of my Space Quest fan site, Roger Wilco's Virtual Broom Closet. I've been playing Space Quest games all month, and we've worked our way around to Space Quest 3. Definitely, I mean, it's kind of neck and neck between Space Quest 3 and Space Quest 5 is my favorite from the series. But, oh, man, yeah, check out that Quest for Glory 1 randomizer up there on the board. That's coming soon. Coming soon after Space Quest month is over. So, yeah, I am looking forward to diving into one of my favorite all-time Sierra games. I hope everybody's well out there. It's me, your old pal Jess. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you, Matt, Neutromancer, Obi Stephs. This is your best soundtrack on this one. It is very good. The Supertramp soundtrack. Harmonic City. Good to see you. Retro Gamer Dad. Howdy, Clill. Yeah, we are ready to have some fun. And let me tell you, y'all are in for a treat because you're going to get to see the master at work tonight. Once we get to Astro Chicken, I'm going to put on a clinic. You're going to be blown away at how good I am at Astro Chicken. So just buckle in and get ready for that. You won't believe it. So let's go ahead and get started with Space Quest 3, the Pirates of Pestulon. With MT32 soundtrack. Gorgeous right from the start. Look at that EGA blood. Created and written by Mark Crow and Scott Murphy. Imagine if we got to meet them somehow. It's been an indeterminate amount of time since Roger Wilco rocketed away from Vohal's burning space fortress. Time stands still for our hero in suspended animation. Its engines long spent, the small escape pod drifts aimlessly through the unfamiliar starfields, its course altered many times by small asteroids and space debris. Inside, Roger lies undisturbed in his sleep chamber, but not for long. Ooh, what other classic rock musician should have done a soundtrack for Space Quest? I mean, it's new wave, but give me my Devo Space Quest soundtrack. I'll take a Mark Mothersbaugh Space Quest soundtrack any day. Do you think we could get him maybe for an upcoming fan game or something? Oh man, Ben, how is Spellcasting 101 going? That's our guy, Roger Wilco. I'd love to know the origin of this script that's used in the Space Quest games. Mark Crow signed his signature there in the lower right-hand corner of that great scene with the robot guy. And let's get like Paul Simon to do a Quest for Glory soundtrack too. I can't wait till we discuss it tomorrow's podcast. The pod, considered to be nothing more than another piece of scrap, is taken aboard a robot-commanded garbage freighter. Unfortunately, these robots have no regard for organics. You could just do like the Transformers movie and like have Weird Al just, throw in Dare to Be Stupid or something. Small pod is jarred by a sudden shock which triggers the sleep chamber's revive mode. As the glass shroud slides back, Roger slowly begins to regain consciousness. Yeah, definitely in the running for most gorgeous EGA graphics.
Where am I?
Oh, it's mind-blowing. A digital voice sample. Ben, we talked about, well, we will talk as soon as we record our next episode, Quest, about how this was the first digitized speech in a Sierra game. There's tons of digitized speech type things in the in the Apple II versions. So, I mean, I guess not so much words, but definitely like voices saying things like bleh. You notice the sounds from the pod grow softer until they're imperceptible. Having served its purpose and taxed its resource, the pod gives a final hum and shuts down. What a lot of people don't know is that Ben and I record every one of those things live. Like if you listen to it at 1 a.m. tonight, that's us recording that new podcast, Quest, the adventure game podcast, live. People think that's a recording, but it's absolutely not. And then we do it live every time someone listens to it, which really sucks up a lot of our weekly schedule. A warp motivator. A bit more high-tech than the other junk strewn about this locale. Drinking Red Bulls now for tomorrow. Yeah, Tuesdays are hell, man. If we get many more listeners, we're going to have to hire additional Bens and Jesses to cover our schedule. The Jesses come cheap, but good luck finding a Ben at a reasonable rate. Yow! My favorite Space Quest death. My favorite Sierra death. Easily. It's obvious that the metal was sharper than you. The resulting laceration turns you into a living fountain, at least for a few moments. Unfortunately for you, this show is your finale. Good luck in the afterlife. That's one way to lower your blood pressure. Arterial art. So good. So good. I just love how cruel that is. Oh, Green Bean Phoenix. This is an interesting breakthrough in audiophonics. Good to see you. How are you doing? It feels like the quintessential Space Quest death to me. Just so senseless. Look at ship. Bulbous Crafts looks like he's seen a lot of action in its day. A bow tie fighter dating back to the Clone Wars. A true relic. I feel like back then we didn't talk as much about the Clone Wars, so I'm glad to see a reference to that here in Space Quest 3. Another fine but worthless Acme product. Imagine Roger will strap a rocket not unlike that to his back in the eventual trailer for a Space Quest 7 game that never happened. Ship says Jupiter 2. I like the context sensitive look command here. Like the idea that depending on which ship you're closest to, the look command changes. Clone Wars is a pretty good joke. Not gonna lie. NGL. Is that a toaster? Do we think it's a toaster? The item in question is just another piece of in a fine collection of worthless junk. Carelessly splashed around the picture by the graphic artist. You know who you are. Shout out to Mark Crow. Oops, missed it. Missed it. Missed it again. Bloop. We all did imagine the Clone Wars to be less awful than they turned out to be. There we go. What a maneuver. What a maneuver. All right. Railing. You stepped off the rail. You're dead again. Way to go. Haven't we touched anything? I love this opening junk freighter sequence. Just love it. I feel like it's the perfect little mini game. I'm in grab air. Shredded like an Iran-Contra document. All right. I love the touch of the backup chime. The robot does kill Roger if you stick around too long. Again, no regard for organics. I briefly considered not streaming tonight. I will say the only thing that brought me here is the power of Space Quest 3. I was driving home from work this evening, which is normally like a 40-minute commute. And due to multiple accidents along the interstate, it turned into a 2.5-hour commute. and I was fried. And I thought to myself, boy, any sort of stressful game is too much for me this evening. But you know what's not stressful? Space Quest 3. I can do that in my sleep. He says as he misses the motivator on the first try. No, he nails it. He nails it. First attempt. Boy, the sound effects are so good. Lemming, the way I play Astro Chicken, it is me going into a Zen trance. No stress there. Just you wait. You're going to be blown away by those Astro Chicken skills. I've got a system. How many Astro Chicken stickers do we get? Clill, Matt, thank you. Oh, man, that was great. Thank you. Oh, man. First try on both of them. Since the inadequate surface, the claw releases its cargo and begins the ascent to the grabber unit. Way to go, Roger Wilco. Did Thanksgiving with a colleague while I was working in the U.S. and she had a 2-hour commute. Oh, my goodness. Like, my 40-minute commute is at the edge of what my podcast collection can sustain. It got so bad today, I listened to some of my own podcast. I don't know how you guys do it. Exit grabber. Tumble. We don't have enough Jolt Cola nowadays. All right. Aw, rats. Look at rats. You can hear something scurrying around above you. You can't actually see the rats because they're in the shadows. Thank you for explaining that to us, Space Quest 3. Yeah, I wonder if I can handle a Jolt Cola. Like, I know exactly where my tolerance on caffeinated drinks is at because I can handle a Starbucks canned double shot. Fine. Like, that amount of caffeine is good. If I drink a triple shot espresso can thing, I'm like rattling off the walls. My teeth feel like they're about to pop out of my head. It's somewhere in that changeover between double and triple shot that my caffeine limit exists. Yeah, this is the first one where you just default to Roger Wilco. You don't get a choice in your name. Let's see. In 1 and 2, if you put in no name, it just defaults you to Roger Wilco. Look, wing. This wing has been severed and is now worthless. Get ladder. Grab the ladder and jam it in your pocket. Ouch. Okay. Ladder get. Doom, 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 doom. Bob's Supertramping, doing a great job with this soundtrack. Look, Skull Fighter. Look, ship. You'll know that's foreshadowing for our fight against the Pirates of Pestulon. Get wires. Nice job. Ooh, Scrub J first. Space Quest. I think Space Quest 3. Oh no. Biff. Mugged by some kind of large rat. Pick loose fur from your teeth. You know, it's a little less bulky feeling. Yeah, I think this was my second Space Quest. I definitely played Space Quest 1 first. And then I believe I played this before Space Quest 2. I might have played Space Quest 4 before Space Quest 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Matt, me too. The Apple II versions of Space Quest 1 and 2, all the AGI games, King's Quest included, have just been mind-blowing. I had no idea that they were, like, as a kid, I knew there were Apple versions of these games, but I had no idea they were substantively different in terms of their capabilities. And now I really have come away thinking it's like, yeah, those are the definitive versions. Yeah, sadly, SCI didn't come to the Apple II GS, but it did come to Color Max. Ask me how I know. How do I know? Retro Gamer Dad, I'm so glad you asked. Welcome to Bean Camp, where we discuss serious business. And our serious business today is a package I received on Saturday morning, on a chilly Saturday morning. Gang, guess what's here? And it's the Color Mac version of Space Quest 3. Oh yes, adding to my growing big box collection. We have a lovely copy of Space Quest 3. Have you seen these two guys? Very excited for this one. Let's unbox and take a look. First, we have the handsome Sierra slipcase box. Then we pop this open, and let's see what we have in here. A copy of the Space Quest 3 hint book, already filled in, just like you want it. That's the good stuff right there. You want somebody to have already taken a red pen to this thing. So you love to see that. What else do we have? We have Space Quest 3 on flippity floppies. We've got it on 3.5-inch floppy here. Good. Seen those. All right. What else is in the box? We have Space Quest 3, the manual. I was holding out for Space Quest 3, the automatic, but it has like some fun little cartoon bits that I'd forgotten existed in there. That's fun. Has a little bit of concept art included. Oh, I actually haven't opened this yet. Guess what else is in here, gang? A second Space Quest 3 hint book. Sure, why not? Why wouldn't you have two Space Quest 3? Oh, and this one is unfilled out. This one is in mint condition. We'll hold on to that, definitely. Let's see here. Macintosh, starting and installing instructions. An order form for a Roland MT32. Kids, just wait around a little while. Actually, that's the Roland CM32. Just wait around. You'll eventually be able to emulate that. What else do we have in here? Oh, look, it's the packaging that came with the hint book. This is how these were originally packaged, including, oh, here we go, gang. The Sierra Adventure window. The Sierra Adventure window. Ooh. And we also have a big piece of red film, I guess, for the same purpose. But what really excited me about this copy, and a big part of the reason why I chose to purchase it, comes in the form of the two guy from Andromeda glasses. This would be the green film that goes in those to create the visor, and of course the papercraft two guys from Andromeda pig snout. That is my favorite pack-in of all time. You assemble these together, you slot the tabs into the slots, and you get your very own two guys from Andromeda visor. So yeah, this was one that I've been looking to add to my collection for a while, and decided here in celebration of Space Quest Month, what better time, what better place than now? And what little did I know I would get multiple hint books. That's really the real revelation here. So let me see if I can pack all this away neatly without bending or breaking anything. Oh my goodness, so many treasures in this box, like every good big box game. Yeah, there we go. We'll slide it back in, and gang, That was our Space Quest 3 unboxing. Back to the action. All right, where was I? I don't even remember what game I was playing. Here we go. Thank you, Atomic Matter. All right. Is this the best game ever? T-Pat? For me, it's up there. This is definitely in that, and eventually there'll be an episode of Quest about this. Just stay tuned. Sooner or later, Ben and I are going to do an episode about comfort games because it's a concept that both of us care quite a bit about. Oh wait, are the wires down at the bottom now? I guess they are. I've already forgotten how Space Quest 3 works. But this is definitely one of my comfort games. It's a game that, like, if I'm stressed out, this is something I want to play. Another one that's in that list is all the Melee Island stuff in Monkey Island. Like, Monkey Island's great start to finish, of course. It's Secret of Monkey Island. But really, for me, it's the Melee Island section that I think shines brightest and really hits home with me. There we go. Got those get lost down there too. All right. Yeah, it's always nice to have a game you can zone out with and speed run on a bad day. Ooh, Monkey Island 2 Part 2. Interesting. I have a drinking problem. I'm sorry. I failed to successfully pull that maneuver off. All right, here we go. We're back in the action. We're back in it, gang. Look at that great shadow work there. Hey, that's impressive for just like a little tiny bit. I don't even think I've ever noticed that before. Like, how unnecessary, but what atmosphere it adds. Like, no one would have ever noticed if that wasn't there. But how great that it is. Okay. Such atmospheric music in this section. I question how badly Roger needs a ladder here, but I'm willing to imagine for immersion's sake. Okay. Use wires. Install the wire inside the reactor compartment. Close hatch. Close panel. But you're not done there. Look in panel. Install reactor. There we go. This close-up of Roger is good. Want to do the windshield slide? That's always fun. All right, let's see. Look at computer. Power level nominal. Same, TBH. Okay, search seat. Sit. Search seat. 7 buckazoids. That's the big money. Hey, RR Bello, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome in. Howdy, howdy, howdy. All right, Mallard seat. Look screen. Your engine's on. Glad to see you. Welcome in. You feel a strong rumbling as the ship strains to loosen itself from the confines of the junk heap accumulated at its base. Finally, it begins to rise. The ship rises several meters, then stops abruptly. An alarm from the computer attracts your attention. Ooh, ascent halted due to obstruction. I can never quite remember how this works, so we are going to do our best. The shot blasts a new orifice in the side of the junk freighter. The pressure generated by the desire of the ship's atmosphere to escape to the considerably lower pressure of space causes your ship to be spit out like a watermelon seed. Very good. Look screen. Navigation system. Another great track. All these tracks sound great on like Tandy 3 voice too. I mean, they're better in MT32, but it's no slouch even on worse sound cards. Horse locked for Phleebhut. We're going to take it by light speed. I like that Windows error message sound that we get there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Identity confirmed. Roger Wilco. Oh no. OU812. Roger wanted for vending machine fraud. Oh no. Judgment. Terminate. Etamiate. Oh no. Is there any indication why you should go to Phleebhut first? I don't think there is there? A lot of this game is just vibes. Like, it doesn't really tell you why to go anywhere, right? Expert casual? Yeah, you're just kind of like, seems like that'd be fun, which I kind of love about it. I mean, it's weird design choices, I feel like, but I certainly won't complain because it made it feel open world, like I could just go anywhere. It's designed to lead you to Ortega. That's true. That is your first location. Then you get there and realize I can't do anything on Ortega. All right. Stand. Press button. As you step out of your ship onto the surface of Phleebhut, you're hit in the face by the harsh winds. Looks like a storm is brewing. Meanwhile, another spacecraft touches down elsewhere on the very same planet. It's that guy we saw a minute ago. Oh my gosh. I don't think he's wearing pants. I think he just has a belt on. This guy's totally naked, but for a belt. Because I guess that was sort of like how people time traveled in Terminator. So this all makes sense. This is all perfectly sensible. Was there anything between Terminator 1 and 2? I don't think so, right? Like, I don't think you got like an animated kids series or anything, but it could have. I mean, there's like a Rambo kids series, so why not? There was that great Mr. T cartoon where Mr. T just traveled from town to town with a group of teenage gymnasts that he coached and a bulldog who had a haircut exactly like Mr. T's. Did anyone ever watch that? I ate the breakfast cereal based on that one. That's how much I cared about the Mr. T. The Mr. T cartoon. Just ahead, visit the Mog Memorial. Oh my gosh, how'd we get a hype train going? I don't know how we got a hype train, but I'm pretty excited. Thank you to whoever helped make that hype train happen. Yeah, I never have met Mr. T, but I did once meet a performer by the name of Mr. K, who is a Mr. T tribute performer. Y'all come back now, you hear? Hey, Retro Gamer Dad, thank you. And oh, I'm a little T-Pat. Thank you for the gift sub. Oh, I didn't see that first. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, Back to the Future, animated, and Bill and Ted. Would you go for a layer that rhymes with T? There are several of them, but no, I have to say, Mr. K was really something else. Ah! It's an Antarian slime devil. It may be cute, but only an idiot would get near one. Looks like you won't be around to appreciate the other diverse wonders of this garden spot in the universe. Khalil, thank you for the cheer. Thank you for the biddies. Like a cool oasis in the desert, the friendly sign beckons you to enter the World o' Wonders Tourist Haven.
A pirate I was meant to be, trim the sails and roam the sea.
Wrong game, thank you, Matt. Howdy, stranger. Name's Blatz, Fester Blatz. Welcome to the world of wonders. Go ahead, have a look at some of the trendiest items in the known universe. Make the most of your vacation buckazoid. Sell gem. Ooh. That is certainly one fine hunk of Orium. No. Yes. How about a nice Orat on a stick? Buy Orat. Buy a hat. Wear hat. You donned the jaunty hat. You feel more sporty already. Buy underwear. So we got our thermo weave underwear. They keep you cool and they're oh so stylish. Wow, your official Astro Chicken flight hat. Man, the babes will really dig you in this. The hat is a pretty good gag. You can open his mouth and close his mouth. Hours of fun for all. Let's see. Look at postcards. Arrakis. A great spot for winter travel. Arrakis holds many delights for the adventurous vacationer that he can compare with a blinding dust storm or being crushed by a sandworm. Spicy. Black Hole Bertha. Like a giant interstellar vacuum, Black Hole Bertha comes sweeping through the galaxy. All travelers are advised to stay away from Bertha. Just buy the postcard, then tell everyone you went there. Examine one of the many interesting postcards. Ortega. Volcanoes Ortega are constantly reshaping its surface. Dressed in resistant underwear, the hardy traveler can find a lava lover's paradise on this starkly enjoyable planet. I like to think I'm starkly enjoyable as well. One of the many interesting postcards. Roberta Land. Come join the fun at the fun park of the future. See characters from your favorite stories come to life again and again. Recently revised, so don't miss a single thrilling scene. Beta Alpha Starless region. Looking for some real solitude? Come to a place that's so far from everything you can't even see stars. Mind-numbing boredom greets you as you drift aimlessly through nothing. A must-see for the brain dead. Ekarod. Is that a reference to something? I don't get that one. Okay, we worked our way through. We've done it. All right. Oh, that's an aliens joke. Okay, yeah, I guess now that I think about it, that was clearly an... Let's go back to it. I think I thought that was like a rebreather on his face, but yeah, it was a face hugger, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought he just had CPAP on. I thought this guy like just had some obstructive sleep apnea. Tame enough to come right up and caress you, yet wild enough to slash you to shreds if provoked. Okay. Bought stuff. CPAP 3.0 is my favorite Star Wars droid. CPAP 3.0. Hey, thank you all so much for the hype train. Thank you for the support. Thanks for being here for this great game. Thanks for stopping by. Looks like that lightning's getting close. Better be careful out there. Oh, the hat just rolling away. So good. So good. So, this is Roger Wilco, the man I've been sent across the universe to track down and terminate. I am not impressed. You are too easy to find. You tend to leave a mess wherever you go. See, you forgot to pay for that Labion Terror Beast mating call whistle. Now let's see, with interest, that comes to 400,000 buckazoids. I don't think you've got that kind of cash on you. No, I don't think so. Good people are most displeased. Non-payment is a serious offense. Well, lucky for you, I'm in a good mood today. I'll count to 10 real slow, and then I track you down. If you make it to your ship, I forget I see you. But if I catch you again, I dust you like a bundt cake. Man, what a great line. But dust you like a bundt cake. Okay. Arnoid run. Let's see how many attempts this takes us. Usually I struggle at this. Man, bundt cake would be incredible, wouldn't it? Maybe the Labion Terror Beast whistle was like freemium. Maybe it was Oh no, a venomous scorpioid. Oh no, a venomous snake. We'll get caught. This is how you get got, gang. This is how you get got, gang. This is the got getting gang. He's not going to come this way, is he? I came in from the wrong direction. I need him tracking me. Or if I wait, will he eventually? I don't think he's coming either. I'm going to need to see some footprints, please. This is the way I did as a kid. Like, this is how, oh, nicely done, Jess. This is how I did as a kid, and I didn't know you could kill him in the Mog statue. Like, I guess I thought Mog was just, like, there for funsies as a kid. I should have saved over that. That was a mistake. Huh, did I not get him? Oh, Arnold. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. Patooey. The companion talks about Roger using the Mog statue. Interesting. Space Quest as a series has the most puzzles with multiple solutions compared to other Sierra games. Yeah, it is pretty rare. I mean, I guess the Conquest games in some parts may have a little, but I mean, yeah, Space Quest I think probably does as much or more as anyone. Let's see. Use ORAT. Use ORAT to get belt. Yeah, it's true. Quest for Glory, of course, has the different options for different classes. Oops, use ORAT. Use ORAT to get belt. Oh, there we go. Nailed it. I'm getting ready to get no points for this solution. What's my problem here? Let's see. Left-hand side only. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Pickled Dog. Thank you. All right, well, I am famished. I say we head off to Monolith Burger. And of course, we're going to Monolith Burger. We probably should play the Monolith Burger theme straight from the Virtual Broom Closet's updated music page. Let's listen here to a little bit of the Monolith Burger jingle. I would love to know what it took to record that. Like, how much money was spent on it, what they had to do to make that happen. Uh-oh. All right, light speed. Boom, boom. Flashy message on your monitor attracts your attention. Throttling engines back. Approaching Monolith Burger. Look at that. It's like a Constitution class ship. Welcome to Monolith Burger. I like told Robert Supertramp we need a jingle for a futuristic fast food place. Okay. Whew, here we are. Monolith. Do, 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 do. Quit crowding, jerk. Great aliens in this place. Welcome to Monolith Burger. You know, it's funny. Years ago on my website, I gave this character a name because I think he's just sales clerk is all that we get for him. I named him UFO, like spelled UEFFO, UFO Beeblenarf. And for the longest time, I would see that like pop up in like wikis and other fan sites and things like that. And I think I accidentally like promoted what wasn't really canon about this character's name, which I was made up because I wanted to call him something on my own website. And yeah, it's funny anytime I see that pop up anywhere online. Like I think that at one point there was like a metal band who had a song on Bandcamp or something called UFO Beeblenarf. So it made it somewhat widespread. Talk to clerk. I don't have all day. Look, menu. Order. Oh, wait. 7. Made a song of lies. Yeah, 90% of Space Quest War is entirely fabricated by me personally. It's possible. Would you like something to drink with that? This is a great gag. This is one of my favorite bits. Pushy counterclerk. Would you like something to drink with that? Yes, yes. Would you like some space buds with that? Zooming in the sprite every time. So good. This was one of the inspirations for the really zoomed in sprites of the StairQuest characters between levels. I just thought the idea of like zooming in close on a low res character was really funny. I'll take a black for a free drink with every purchase. Your total is 7 buckazoids. Pay. Yeah. Have a nice day. Eat meal. This animation of Roger eating and gulping down the drink. So good. Just like a monster. Ow! What's this in my burger? Oh, must be my thumbnail prize. Hey, it's a swell decoder ring. That's mighty tasty. Well, maybe mildly tasty. Maybe not tasty at all. In fact, it reminds you of the slick skin of a virulent mucus worm. Yeah, the animation is a little silly on speed 1. That's a good description. With this ring, you can decode any secret message. Well, almost any secret message. All night, every night. Not every night, but almost every night. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take just a little edge off the speed here as I get ready to put on my Astro Chicken Clinic. Okay. Whew. Are we ready? Astro Chicken must land the Astro Chicken landing pad. He's depending on you to bring him to safety. Okay, that was just a warm-up. That one wasn't, that doesn't count. There we go. Ooh, this isn't going well, gang. What's happened to my skills? There we go. Much better. You gotta have the touch. That's how you do it. Perfect. Nice. Pretty good. This actually is a great Astro Chicken for me. When Trolls and I played this game, streamed it together like 3 or 4 years ago, the SpaceQuest historian, I was able to do a perfect Astro Chicken run, and I think even the SpaceQuest historian was impressed. Hey, well, I wasn't doing it quite perfectly, okay? So it wasn't perfect. All right. It basically says, hey, we're being held by ScumSoft on the moon of Pestulon. Come save us. Adequate, above average. That's right. That's all I'm looking for. Gang, I saw the ding dangest thing today, and I have to relate this. I already told the story on Blue Sky, so I apologize to anyone who's hearing it for a second time. But I went to get my haircut today, and while I was at my barber, ahead of me in line was a member of the local constabulary. There was a cop ahead of me in line, and it was funny. He gets ready to get into the barber chair, and he can't quite figure out like how he's going to like sit down and get comfortable because he had his gun in its holster on his hip, and like no matter how he tried to sit, like the chair kind of like squeezed the gun, I guess, into his thigh or hip in an unpleasant way. So after like a minute of trying to resituate how he's going to sit, he came up with the solution of simply unholstering his weapon and seeing it on the floor. And he sets it on the floor and it stays there for the duration of the haircut, like right under the chair where all the hair goes. So he's just got his gun sitting there on the floor, hair falling all around it as he's getting his haircut. And it's like, this is weird. I'm surprised that you just like put your gun in the floor there. You know, better places presumably to put that. Then he gets up mid haircut because he has to go outside because he was double parked in the parking lot and was blocking someone else in. So he had to leave the haircut mid haircut to go move his car to let someone else out of their space. He probably should have double parked, but who am I to judge? So he's double parked and blocked someone, and he gets up. When he goes outside to move his car for like 5 minutes, he just leaves the gun sitting on the floor of the barber shop. Like he just doesn't take it with him. He doesn't put it back in the holster, or doesn't put the holster back on his belt or whatever. The gun's just sitting there on the ground, covered in hair. And I'm like, wow, that seems really weird. I thought this was like a big deal that cops respect. I don't think Jim Walls would have been cool with that. I think Jim Walls would have said, that's not by the book, rookie. You need to have your gun with you at all times. So guns just sort of sitting there. And then eventually he comes back in and gets the rest of his haircut. And then like the little, thank you, Chloe. And then like the little capper on the whole story is, as he's getting ready to leave, he's like just kind of like walking out the door, and it's awkward. He looks back to the barber and they like exchange this look, and his look seems to be, I don't have to pay for this haircut, do I? And the barber's look in return was like, yeah, I kind of expect you to pay for this haircut. So he sees this and he picks up on the unspoken message and says to the barber, so how much is it today? And the barber says, that's $15. And the police officer says, I don't have any money on me, but I'll get you next time, brother. And just walks out and gets in his car and leaves. He also mentioned during the haircut he was a first-time customer, so it's not like he knows this guy. I mean, yeah, West Virginia, $15 haircut's like the Cadillac of haircuts. That's like the nicest place in town. But it was pretty hilarious, like start to finish. Just everything about it. Just a perfect encounter. Unbelievable. It could have been scripted better, in fact. You're a fine human being, Jabba. There we go. Where am I? Is this the part of the game that I can't do? Have I forgotten? Oh, I just enter ship. Yeah, enter ship. Thank you. This isn't the hard part. All right. That guy's going to jam on beard tripping, so he finally closes down the Death Angel. That's exactly right. This guy has no idea what's waiting for him. And, you know, before he left, I did check on him. He did not perform a walk-around inspection on that patrol car. No way. He's probably afraid the barber would come out if he didn't get out of there soon and be like, actually, I kind of would like you to pay me today. Let's see here. Let's start up our engines. Vroom, vroom. Let's hit our nav system. And let's scan for interesting locations. I believe it's time to head to Ortega. Let's do it. Course locked. We'll take that at light speed. You can reach these destinations going at regular speed, right? Like at impulse or whatever it calls it here. It just takes forever. Oh, you can watch the arrow move across the map. That part's fun. What a strange thing to include in the game. All right. Land. All right, we're making incredible time. Land. Wear underwear. After figuring out which side is the front, you put on the thermo weave underwear. All right. Ortega. Press button. My, this is one hot planet. You don't care. You're beating the heat with thermo weave underwear. Doodle-doo. Nice atmospheric sound design.
Demon world.
Atomic matter. This is a real demon world. Nobody talks about it, but this is definitely a demon world. You remember how ripped Dr. McCoy was? How ripped Dr. McCoy was in in the Interplay Star Trek game? I feel like those animations are the most Leisure Suit Larry 2 coded animations in all of Space Quest. Obviously, loyal company men, the ScumSoft employees are happily performing their duties. Looking at their weapons, you probably don't want to get too close. Should call him muscles, not bones. Got a lava planet. Eavesdrop. Listen. They eventually just pack up and go, right? Like, I don't have to do anything to get rid of them. Leave. 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 Ah, here we go. Oh, time to leave. All right, the ship streaks across the sky. There it goes. Look at it streaking even now. Oh, yeah, they call it the streak. Okay. Look in scope. All right, look at moon. That's the moon, all right. It's known around these parts as Pestulon. That's where the pirates are from. Look. Ah, the force beam generator. All right, leave. Look away. Look away, baby, look away. Hate to make you feel stupid, but you're already looking. Fine. Fine, game, fine. ScumSoft thug outfits are pretty good, aren't they? Is it a detonator? Yeah. Get pole. It's all yours. Yeah, I love how these messages are different if you don't play Astro Chicken. Like, Roger has no idea what he's looking at. Like, the game very much is just content to be like, sure, you just go do some things. It doesn't matter why. The rim of the decayed cinder cone are overwhelmed by the sight. An impressive machine of staggering size sits in the middle of the volcanic crater. Here we go. I'm figuring out this maze all by myself. More mazes should just give you a bird's eye view. Yeah, Cregan, you have no reason to do that is a frustrating message. I think it's almost better that this game lets you proceed not really knowing what you need to do. Again, this bit's pre-Leisure Suit Larry 2 coded as well. This is basically how Leisure Suit Larry 2 ends. Well, not like that. Deceleration trauma. Arm detonator. Drop detonator. All right. Disables the force field generator. You may now travel safely to Pestulon. Climb ladder. We're doing great, gang. We're really knocking this one out of the park. You know, later this week on Retro Adventure Wednesday, I believe, don't quote me on this, I'm going to say there's a 75% chance we're going to start SpaceQuest Incinerations, the 2012 fan game, sort of a follow-up of sorts to Vohal Strikes Back. And like a 25% chance I'll play Space Quest 4. I haven't ruled that out yet, but I think I'm going to play Incinerations. I've never streamed it before. It's been years since I played it. I haven't played it since it came out. So that sounds like a pretty good time to me. If you haven't seen Incinerations, it's a fascinating fan game by Chris Ushko. What I love about it is that it kind of takes Space Quest and transposes it into like a Hollywood blockbuster action movie format, which is such an odd fit for Space Quest. It's weirdly charming. I think it's one of my favorite fan games. I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to returning to it. Look in scope. We did it. We turned off the force field. Yep, the broken generator's still there. How many times you go look at it? Incinerations is good, and it's gorgeous. Chris is a super talented dude, and the game was a labor of love that he was working on while he was doing a lot of the art and animation on Vohal Strikes Back. So he was a busy guy circa 2011, 2012. Your brow furrows in grim determination as you prepare for a tremendous leap. The Romanian judge gives you a 9.5. A truly outstanding jump by one of the finest young athletes we've seen this season. You'd like to try it again, but your pole seems to have fallen into the tumultuous lava below. Yeah, that's one of the problems with pole vaulting. If you lose your pole, they don't let you try again. That's one of the oldest rules in the pole vaulting game. Every Olympic pole vaulter is granted one pole. Except from that one guy from the last Olympics who had an extra. Sludge pole vault, yes. Look, screen. Now, I know light speed isn't exactly warp speed, but wouldn't, like, going to warp to get from a planet to its own moon probably, like, burn the atmosphere or something? Like, this doesn't seem safe at all. Like, I feel like you'd create an unstable warp bubble. Just go in the other direction and circle back. Now that does make sense. Current sector 69. We're orbiting Pestulon. All right, let's land. Thud, a mighty whump. That's my favorite Christopher Guest movie. A mighty whump. Oh, look at this cool palette. I love the recoloring of the Mallard here. Yeah, I haven't seen A Mighty Wind in ages. I need to rewatch it too. Oh, you make your way through the forest of strange trees of this clearing where you discover the entrance to some large underground complex. This must be ScumSoft. Suddenly, the door to the complex begins to open. Or that Eddie Murphy film, The Mighty Clumps. Several guards file out of the entrance and disperse into the woods. They must have been alerted to your presence when you landed. 2 guards remained behind to watch the entrance. Where to, buddy? Oh, I had to turn on the belt. Ha 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 ha. Oops. Congratulations on your recent death. They call him Mellow Jello, quite rightly. What's happening? What happened? It's like you made it just in time. Your invisibility belt is now completely out of power. Press button. Nice. Hard to believe that wouldn't be keycarded. It's now a visibility belt. This is true. You know, our pal Wilco Webb, who a lot of you folks know, has tracked down and posted before on our Discord, which let me give a link to our Discord. If you're not a member there, go join the Discord. Great place to discuss these sorts of games, all the games you love. But has posted screenshots from a Japanese game, I believe for like the PC 88 or PC 98, that these hallway scenes are clearly based on. Like, it's the same angle, same rotating hallway setup and everything. And it's really interesting that, like, anyone working on SpaceQuest would have that as a reference, but someone did. And these scenes are very much borrowed from that, and they're wonderful. Like, I love this idea of walking around a 3D hallway. What a neat little concept. Search closet. Nice closet. I think we get comedy crashing. Wear coveralls. No one should be suspicious of a janitor walking around. Oh, we dumped all the items we've been pocketing. What a great surprise. It's a disguise. What's this? Oh, Mr. Garbage, a trash vaporizer. You've seen this in those janitorial supply catalogs. Your superiors were always too cheap to outfit you with one. You know, there is a translated version of this game in Japan, and it's one thing I really love about it is Scott Murphy actually wrote like a little insert that goes in the Japanese version of the SpaceQuest 3 box that sort of thanks all the Japanese fans and talks about how he and Mark are such big fans of Japanese culture and gaming. It's pretty cool. You can find it at the virtual broom closet if you just go to our new publications page where we have all kinds of inserts and other fun things like that. Reviews from major magazines all the way down to the Kalamazoo Gazette of all your favorite Space Quest games. There is so much stuff lurking on that page. Virtual broom closet, now more than ever. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a skater boy. I'm a Smashing Pumpkins fan. Not that that's any more dignified. Yeah, you can get the Space Quest 5 hint book in Bulgarian, finally. Kalamazoo is so fun to say. Let's see here. Zap maze. Use zapper. Use vaporizer. Slurp. Can't believe I got that one. Best use of the F3 key ever. Absolutely. Oh, we have a very special birthday today. Our founder, Mr. Pug, has just turned 14. So stop by and give Elmo a big old hug. How old do we think Elmo is by Space Quest 6? Because he definitely is middle-aged guy coded. Okay. Sweet. Don't forget the original. Hang picture. We nailed it. All right. More maze. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you maze me all the time. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I zap trash. Do 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 do. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you help me sing my song. Write me when I'm wrong. Read note. Read sign. Well, just don't then. How about that? Use vaporizer. Ooh, Sunday will be a half day. Who doesn't love a half day? You know, I've talked about it before. It's really funny to me that in Ken Williams's book about the history of Sierra, Space Quest is only mentioned, I think, twice in the entire book. So he doesn't spend a lot of time talking about Space Quest. But the context in which he discusses Space Quest is solely discussing these scenes about ScumSoft, which makes me think, I can't help but think it must have gotten under Ken Williams' skin just a little bit. Like, I think he probably did not find this gag particularly funny. What's really funny to me is that until recently, the Space Quest Omnipedia, no, actually, I think Wikipedia, I take that back. Wikipedia, the real wiki, actually suggested that ScumSoft was supposed to be a parody of Sunsoft, which is just wonderful. The idea that you're like, oh, finally Sierra came for Sunsoft here in 1989. Take that, Sunsoft. Good luck with Arrow the Acrobat. We're doing great here, gang. Look at this. I don't want to say this is a record. Yeah, absolutely. This is a Microsoft and Bill Gates thing. I mean, it's also, I think, supposed to be a low-key, like, Sierra jab. Like, I think that a lot of this is, like, sort of Scott and Mark's displeasure with having to churn out games at such a rapid pace. Because, I mean, I think Sierra was kind of like in constant crunch from maybe like 1986 through around 1992. I think most of the company was in crunch mode for the better part of that period. And I definitely think ScumSoft, the name, absolutely a Microsoft reference. And I'm pretty sure Elmo is supposed to be Bill Gates stand-in. I've seen some people suggest that because of the name Scum, that was supposed to be a LucasArts jab, but I'm pretty sure the two guys have both said, nah, not really. I mean, back then, I don't even know that. I don't think adventure game fans talked a lot about the Scum engine as something that would be immediately associated with LucasArts. Because, I mean, there hadn't been many Scum games by the time this came out, right? We had like we had Maniac Mansion, Zach McCracken. I guess by this point, maybe Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. But yeah, nobody talked about this being the SCI engine, really, outside of occasional like press release type stuff. And certainly nobody's talking a lot about the Scum engine. That's a more recent thing that us retro nerds talk about. Yeah, whoops. Better keep your distance. Oops. Use vaporizer. A key card, eh? Take the key card. Yeah, Matt, in the Space Quest Companion, everyone's a Vohal, right? Like, that's a weird part of like lore building that game goes for. Yeah, I mean, it even includes like Captain or Admiral Quirk. I guess he's Captain, isn't he? Captain Quirk from Space Quest 5 is like retconned into a Vohal family member. Do I get points for going out to see my ship at this stage? Might as well. It's just set dressing. Let's go see it then. Why not? I never do that. We want to have the full Space Quest 3 experience. Got to drag out this video anyway to get, maximum ad revenue on YouTube. So that's an important part of this process as well. Dun, 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 dun. Your ship doesn't appear to be tampered with. You realize it's like a matter of time before you are found as well. Better get onto the business at hand, finding those two guys. Yeah, something I really like, having gone back and read a whole bunch of old Space Quest reviews and previews of the games and articles about it. I really like that frequently the two guys from Andromeda were referred to as, I should take this gender bit too seriously, were referred to as those two guys from Andromeda rather than maybe the two guys from Andromeda, which I think is almost a more fun way to render that. The boss is in. Be reverent. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, we didn't get zapped at any point in there. That's pretty good. Get zapped tonight. All right. Yeah, I think making all the villains related in the companion adds very little. I'm not surprised that you seldom see it referenced outside, maybe occasionally popping up in like little footnotes on the Omnipedia. Let's see. Insert card. Hold up picture. There we go. What they don't tell you is this still works with all of your modern smartphone unlocks too. A photocopied. Oh man, it doesn't reopen, does it? I have to do that again. Now I can't get back to it. It's impossible. Game over, man. There we go. Good job, Roger. I love this animation. There's a reason why it's one of my emotes here at the channel. I just think it's just wonderful. The Jello gun thing pays off consistently, I feel like. Hey, Princess Siren, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Let me give a shout out here. Welcome in. I'm so glad you could be here. You're just in time for the sort of final chapter of Space Quest 3, The Pirates of Pestulon. I'm Jess. If you've never been here before, I stream mostly retro narrative adventure games, a lot of old point and clicks like Space Quest, King's Quest, Monkey Islands, everything like that. But thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? Thank you for sharing your community with me. Time for the spoiler fight. That's exactly right. I see that you know this one. How was Oblivion this evening? Were you playing the recent remastered version or the original on that one? I love me some Oblivion. It may be my favorite Elder Scrolls game. I know that probably Morrowind or Skyrim are better bets, but yeah, I really have a soft spot for Oblivion. It was my first Elder Scrolls game. I used to love going into those Oblivion holes. Yeah, your first two. There you go. Yeah. Morrowind is pretty fantastic. The Shivering Isles expansion for Oblivion is still one of my favorite pieces of like DLC expansion pack kind of content ever. Just so much fun. You successfully free the two guys from their slimy confines and they begin to speak. Thanks, dude. It's great to be on that green stuff. Hey, what's your name? Roger Wilco, you admit. They discovered a distress message we coded into Astro Chicken and sent us here as punishment. Let's get out of here before we're discovered. Second only to horse armor. I mean, the horse armor was pretty good. People don't give Barding enough credit. What's your plan for getting us out of here, Wilco? Uh-oh. 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 Nobody's going anywhere. You must have thought you were pretty clever, Mr. Wilco, disguising yourself as a janitor. I like that gag. That one always plays with me. Unfortunately for you, my boys found your sorry excuse for a ship in the woods. Oh, Clill, you mentioned the Danger-esque reference there. Did you folks see that there's a whole new run of Homestar Runner merchandise that just came out today? There are Strong Bad, Trogdor, Homestar plushies. Their new t-shirts, pins, all kinds of fun stuff. The playing cards. Oh man. I've been going back and forth. Like part of me is like, do I want a Trogdor plush? And the answer is yes. But then the question I ask myself is, do I need a Trogdor plush? And then I ask myself, do I not need a Trogdor plush? My neighbor has the Trogdor board game. I'm going to glom off of that. I'm going to hold out to Decemberween. I'm afraid these things won't exist by Decemberween, which I suspect is exactly what they want me to think. You and the two guys are separated and I scored away. A door opens leading into the dark unknown. Oh man, I hate being led into the dark unknown. But thank you again for that raid. It's good to see you, Princess. Let's see here. Robot battle. The good news is I'm super good at this and we'll probably get it on our first try. So no need to worry, gang. Like shockingly good at it. I mean, the controls are literally my initials, JM. This game is short but sweet. Kick his robotic butt, Wilco. See, I'm doing great already. Punch me. Oops, there we go. Depleted your power. Last thing you see is your blood slowly spreading. I wish I was a little better at this. I feel like this one for me is so much RNG. Like I will try it 10 times and fail miserably every time. Down the 11th, it's just like a flawless victory for some reason. Oh, this is exciting. What a matchup. This is just like real boxing where every punch you throw nearly kills you. Unless it connects. Nukem Dukem robots. I hate this. Hey, this might be my least favorite arcade sequence in all of Space Quest. Like far worse than the skimmer for me. Oh, you can walk up and down? What do you know? I don't think I've ever done that. Okay, this isn't going great. Stooge Fighter, yeah. Stooge Fighter, I really wish was a little bit more of a game. I think Stooge Fighter would have been fun, but I guess it's asking too much for Sierra to program that into a adventure game. I don't think I know you can walk up and down either until literally this playthrough. Is there a place where you can bug him out? Huh. What happened there, gang? What just happened? I didn't defeat him. What caused that? Speedrun mode? That's the move. I accidentally did the cool speedrun trick. I did it. I did it. It was just pure instinct. Well, Roger, you done good. You managed to rescue the two guys and escape from Pestulon alive. So this will be a milk run from here on out. Okay. Final battle. Gosh, Roger, we really appreciate you saving us and all. Yeah, we were really scared. We didn't know what the pug was going to do to us. Oh, am I about to hit full points? I can't believe it. That's the classic Decaf Jedi 100% guarantee. I don't think we should get out of here. Oh, yeah. Look. Screen. Light speed non-functional. Oh, wait. Attack speed. Weapon system. Target and rear. Kaboom. Target negative. All right. It's funny. Sometime when I like streamed this years ago, the first time I think I streamed Space Quest 3, I don't know what was going on, but I absolutely could not lock on to anything. Like, I've never struggled with this before, and it took me so many tries to get through this segment. Could happen again. Just stay tuned. Anything's possible. I think as a kid, I just used my imagination to fill in the idea that this is like a full-featured space combat simulator. Like, I just filled in all the gaps with my imagination. I loved this segment. Like, I saved and would come back and replay it. And there's really, I mean, spoiler alert, not a lot going on, he says as he gets ready to miss his first fighter. Out of range. Oh, no. Is that going to kill my perfect score? Did I just mess it up? Almost as good as X-Wing. Yeah, I mean, it's close. Arguably, X-Wing's better, but... yeah, TIE Fighter's probably better, but X-Wing, I don't know. Oh no, shield depleted. All right. I've thought about trying to stream X-Wing and or TIE Fighter at some point. I have no idea how those run on modern computers, though. Oh, man, you really showed those bozos a thing or two. Now, can we get something to eat? You're allowed to miss one, so I did it. You informed the two guys that light speed is no longer functional. They're not overly pleased by this piece of news. What? Now I'll never gain food. Some rescuer you are. They crash a lot. Oh, that's a bummer. Hey, what's this thing on the wall? Oh, I loved X-Wing and TIE Fighter when they came out. I actually have big box copies of those too. I don't have a lot of LucasArts stuff, but I do have X-Wing and TIE Fighter. It says, oh, the spam belt thing came off the round thing. Just a second. All right, she's all fixed. Let's go grab a burger. Too late, you realize that you have no course laid in. The light engines kick in before you can override. You inform the two guys that light speed is now functional, but it's out of control. I'm not overly pleased with this bit of news either. Ah, we're gonna die. Oh no, why did I get up this morning? Mojave! Careening blindly through space, your ship speeds toward a sizable black hole. Once within the gravitation of the black hole, there's no escape. You plunge into destiny. This music track is so good. Listen to those Supertramp drums. The overwhelming force of the black hole draws your ship in. Helpless to do anything, you and your passengers strap in and hope for the best. You're in our blackness like none you've ever experienced. All sense of time and speed are lost. Blacker than the caves on Labion? I think not. Suddenly, a bright light becomes visible in the distance. It grows larger as your ship races toward it. Finally, you're hurled out of the blackness into a parallel universe. It is funny that this game and Liege Larry both decide to end with like the breaking the fourth wall Sierra ending. You'd think that if there was a lot of oversight of the design process, someone probably would have said, it's like, we can't do the Sierra ending twice. That may be a little too self-referential. We don't want to repeat ourselves. But clearly nobody said that because they did a Sierra ending twice. Sierra fans do look it up. I mean, I loved it as a kid. I was like, oh my God, this is my favorite company. Kids shouldn't have a favorite company. Kids should have favorite games. I like Roger's little slide in. Greetings, Earthling. We're the two guys from Andromeda, universally famous software authors. Now I'm Roger Wilco, space-age swashbuckler and all-around nice guy. Roger sliding into your DMs. I'm Ken Williams, president and founder, well, co-founder of Sierra Online. So you two guys are software authors, huh? What are your credits? Ever heard of Astro Chicken? No? Good. How about you two guys coming to work for me? I mean, honestly, this does sound like how Ken hired people. I mean, Jim Walls was his, like, hairdresser's husband. Sounds great. How many buckazoids does it pay? Do you need a janitor? No. As our space saga comes to a close, Roger, feeling a little left out, struts off to his ship with the satisfaction of knowing his mission has been accomplished. Yeah, Scott was in customer relations and like packing boxes and stuff like that. Two guys from Andromeda go on to create the SpaceQuest series of adventure games, reaping fame and fortune. They grow fat on their success. Again, I'm happy to say I visited this very site on my honeymoon. Very romantic. My wife enjoyed it as much as I did. We did it. The end, gang. We've beaten SpaceQuest 3 with a perfect score. What a game. What a world. Thanks to the following for their cooperation. Pestulon Department of Forestry. Monolith Synthetic Industries. Fester's World O' Wonders. You know, it's funny. When I went to Oakhurst to visit the Sierra headquarters, it was 2003. Now, they only shut down Sierra there in 1999. So it was only like 4 years after Sierra shut down its Oakhurst studio. They had moved out of the Redwood building by that point, but they were relatively new. And when I went there, like, I just kind of arrived in town and I had no idea, like, where the building was. It's a small town. It's like a one-stop light kind of town. But I stopped at a gas station and asked for directions. I was like, hey, I'm looking for the old Sierra Online building. It's like a redwood building. Can you tell me where that is? And the person working at the gas station was like, almost like someone in a horror movie. It's like, software company here in Oakhurst. I've never heard of such a thing. And it was just like, I don't know. It was the biggest company probably in the county for, you know, like a decade and a half. Yeah, there ain't no monorail here and there never was. That was very much the vibe. It really did feel like North Haverbrook kind of vibes of, yeah. And I just like drove down a stoplight and looked over to my right and I said, oh, I think it's that over there in the parking lot, and went over and popped in and visited. So, you know how it is. But yeah, it was just really funny. I was like, this has to be the biggest business that had ever been here. How can you not remember vaguely where it's at, old timer? But that's how it is sometimes. But you know what? The important thing is we beat SpaceQuest 3, gang. What an amazing game. This one is always a real pleasure to get to revisit. And I'm so glad to revisit it with all of you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for that hype train earlier. Thank you, Princess Saren, for the raid, if you're still around. For now, we should raid out ourselves. But as I said, I'll be back on Retro Adventure Wednesday. Wednesday night, I think we're going to play part 1. We'll jump into SpaceQuest Incinerations. If you've never seen Incinerations before, you don't want to miss it. Be sure to be here, and we will have a pretty good time with that one. But for now, let's get a raid going and raid over and say hello to. Let's raid in on. Oh, so many options. Let's raid in on Tuigia. We raid in on Tawi a lot, but that's because we love Tawi here. Fantastic streamer, plays lots of retro stuff. Tonight playing a game called Medieval Dynasty that I know nothing about, but who doesn't like medieval times? So let's get a raid going over there. Thank you again for hanging out. Hope y'all have a terrific evening, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.